Fiends and Collectors, this is me, Daniel East 1000, back again with another Star Wars The Black Series figure review. Today we're going to be having a look at another from the Gaming Greats assortment, Cal Kestis from Star Wars Fallen Order. Again, I haven't personally played this video game, although I have seen playthroughs of it and have a general gist of the story and things that sort of happen. If you haven't played it, or you're planning to play it, or are planning to watch a playthrough of it, don't worry, I'm probably not going to give you any major spoilers. We're here to purely look at the figure, and well, first, as per usual, we'll have a quick look at the packaging, then the figure itself. Naturally, it comes in this new style of packaging that we've come to know and love. It's slightly chunky though, just because it is a deluxe figure, so it can fit all the accessories and bits and pieces in there. I do have a bit of a comment to say on that, but we'll get to it when we get to it. Where the figure sits, Star Wars The Black Series at the top there, Cal Kestis, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Of course, you've got that colour band running all the way to the side of the box. We've got some lovely artwork of the character there, Cal Kestis and BD1. Not really much going on the side, but of course you've got Gaming Greats at the top there. And on the front, you've got the big honking Game Great sticker as well. On the back, you've got a nice picture again of the character, bit of a bio, as well as a ton of legal MacGuffin and the number that this figure is from this assortment. So that's the packaging pretty much out the way and done with. Like with all these Gaming Greats figures, they seem to be really focusing on reusing or recolouring parts and pre-existing figures, and this is no exception. First and foremost, the base figure is taken from the original Cal Kestis, of which I have reviewed on my channel. If you want to check that out, by all means do so, except it's just wearing this big poncho. Of course, they've just recoloured it to be orange to fit his Baraka Scrapper uniform, of which he's seen, I believe, at the very start of the video game wearing. Now, for me, that's fair enough. They have effectively created a new figure, but another part of me does think that's slightly lazy. And I do think I would have personally preferred to have seen, for a slot like this, to see another character from Fallen Order. Nonetheless, this is fine. I think the main selling point for this figure is the accessories and the things it comes with. Effectively, like what you can do in the game, customise and choose your character's look, as well as modify some of the accessories like BD1 and the lightsaber, of course. So, in that regard, that's kind of cool. But if we take a closer look at this figure, is of course got that lovely head sculpt, accurate to the actor as well. He's wearing this big poncho, of which does have a cool feature, of which I will show you when we get into some of the accessories. So I'll just give you a look around this guy. Quite vibrant, of which I really do like. I like it when a figure stands out on shelf, and this certainly does. Got his gloves there, there's some little doodads on. Then underneath you can see all those tools. Other bits and pieces. So just going through the accessories, he comes with this double-bladed lightsaber, which I do believe he does get, or you can unlock later on in the game. It features 2 green blades, and it's basically, he does modify his lightsaber, because his original lightsaber, of which you do get, I may as well show you that now, is sort of broken and busted. So I think he modifies that later on, give it a double-bladed lightsaber hilt. This lightsaber is pretty much effectively the same as the one that you get with the first version of this guy. You can kind of see it's a little bit broken at the end there. You can take that blade out. It's quite tough if you so wish, and it's the same with this as well, I believe. I'd imagine so, yeah, you can do that. So you can remove the blades from those, and you can just have him holding the hilt if you did want a bit of a vanilla, casual sort of looking pose. I've given this figure this lightsaber just because I've got the other one holding this lightsaber. So lightsabers aside, he also features this hood, of which you can remove, and it does peg via a little tab in there, a little peg hole in there. That keeps it nice and secure. But if you did so wish, you can take this off and swap it out for the hood being up effectively. So you can have that covering him. That just tabs into that little slot there. And you can have him wearing it like so, and it sits rather quite nicely, I think. Now, not only that, you might note a little hole just here, and I kind of missed it when I first initially got the figure out of the box. With the original Cal Kestis figure, you got BD1, and this is no exception. You get a recoloured BD1, so this is red. I know you can't see it very well with the background, but bear with me, I will show him off in a moment. The biggest gripes I had with that figure was it was kind of difficult to sort of have BD1 sat on his shoulder, because that's how he's always sort of seen. It's even shown on the artwork, actually, of the box. So you kind of want him to be sat on his shoulder, and you could do it with the original figure, but it was kind of difficult to do. With this, it's much easier, just because they've included that nice little touch of including a slot just there, of which the foot can just be slotted into. So you can pose that up and you can have him sat on his shoulder just like so. I think that's a really great feature, incredibly simple granted, but just adds a few marks from me at least to Hasbro, so kudos to them for doing that. I like that. There's BD1, he's in a red colour scheme because you can customise him in the video game to have a different colour scheme from the generic sort of bone white look he has. He does feature some articulation as well. It's literally the same figure that you get with the original Cal. I mean, see, as I've mentioned it, the articulation on BD1, he has a ball jointed head, ball joints in the legs. They don't really move that far in and out, but they do move. Hinges in, do I call them knees? Hinges here, and that's it. That's all the articulation that you do get, but it's enough to get him standing independently and also to sit on Cal's shoulder. So that's BD1, we'll keep him on his shoulder for now. Now the other two additional features that you get with this figure is a boggling of Bogano. Pretty sure these were referenced in The Mandalorian as well, given that Mando always calls Grogu boggling. Yeah, that's really cool. No articulation, just a solid piece of plastic. And it's something that I've always really wanted to see. I've wanted to see more creatures be made. So I'm really glad that they've done this. It's a nice little feature, nice little addition. Very, very cute. Certainly does display quite nicely with the figure and just adds something a little bit different. Now, the last thing that you also get is this. Finally, we've got a holocron in Star Wars 6-inch Black Series. This is the holocron from the video game, which houses the information of all the Force-sensitive children, and that's really well detailed. It's the translucent plastic with the sort of detailing painted on. The only thing is I can't really get the figure to hold it very well. You do have to kind of balance it a bit. It's a bit of a balancing act. You can sort of get him to do it. I'll get a picture of it for you. In terms of articulation for Cal Kestis, he has a ball jointed head. I believe a ball jointed neck as well, although it's quite stiff on mine. Butterfly joints in the shoulders so they can move in and out. Ball jointed shoulders, ball jointed elbows, ball jointed wrists, ball jointed torso. Well, it's quite stiff on mine at the moment. Oh, I've just loosened that up. Ball jointed hips, swivels at the tops of the thighs, double hinged knees, and ball jointed ankles with the rocker joints. So you can get this guy in some really good dynamic action poses, which is what you really want from a Jedi type character. So yeah, in all fairness, you do get quite a few little additional bonus pieces and features with it, but does it really warrant the title of Deluxe? Personally, I don't think so. I always consider Deluxe to be you get two figures. Not to be greedy, but in my mind, Deluxe was always you got two figures, or you got big figure or some big accessory or something, just something a bit more. This does certainly come with more than what a standard figure would come with, but I do feel like you could have packed most of this stuff in a smaller box. Answers on a postcard. I'd like to hear what you guys think at least. That being said though, that's my only real negative gripe with this thing. I really do like it. While it does reuse basically the base body from the original Cal Kestis figure, you know, it's visually striking, something a bit different on your shelf. If you did really want, you could just strip away all the lightsabers and things like that. You know, just like some background character in a scene if you did really want. The accessories are lovely little inclusions and certainly add some options for your displays. So I can't hate on this too much. I just do think that it's not really worthy entirely of Deluxe status. If you want to disagree with me, by all means do so. Open the floor for discussions in the comments below. And that's pretty much all I've got to say. What do you think of this guy? Again, let me know. And well, this is me, Daniel East 1000, sign out, and thank you very much for watching.